if you came to YouTube to feel at peace and listen to an energizing, inspiring, interesting story, then you're in the right place. I'm here to speak to the dreamer, the person that has an idea of who they want to be in the world. I am here to speak to the person that knows what they want in life. I was once this person. With my mind and my heart, I'm traveling back in time to remember a very specific version of myself as I tell you this story. I had experienced life on Earth for 20 years, and I had experienced great passion about specific things. I was passionate about learning to play music. I actually, at the age of 4, taught myself with an electric keyboard how to play the piano. I was very interested in church. I was very fascinated by saints and angels, and at age 8 I saw myself becoming a nun. And my mom didn't support that dream. That's the first idea of a life experience I wanted for myself. You know, a significant thing. I remember her not wanting that life for me, you know? And when my mom didn't want something, I listened, you know? I listened when she said what she said, and I thought, okay, I won't do that. The same thing happened with YouTube, believe it or not. The same thing happened with YouTube. So, many years later, I wanted to be a YouTuber. And my mom didn't want that life for me. My mom didn't want me trying it. My mom didn't want me doing it. She specifically told me that I can't do it. And there's a part of me that still in this moment is like upset with her, you know? Why didn't she realize the positive aspects? And what were the negative aspects that she was fixated on? I don't know. I tell this story because today I am a YouTuber, and it feels significant to talk to a fellow big dreamer. I'm here to talk to people that have ideas of what they want to experience in their future. It's a clear idea, it's a specific idea. You're ready to experience it. If you could snap your fingers and experience the idea you have for what you want to experience in your life, you would. That type of energy. And I had that energy at the age of 20. I can still see the image I saw back then of my YouTube profile, and I get this rush of emotion thinking, people are following me, people are inspired by me. There's a satisfaction that comes to me when I give back to community, or even just with creating a community. I just think it's a very adult thing to do, to say, I'm gonna gather these people together and I'm gonna help them with a specific problem. I mean, that's creating a business 101. You find a specific problem that you want to solve, you find a specific thing you want to work on, and you invite people into it. It's the whole thing. And I had just reached a fitness goal. I couldn't have reached this fitness goal without the women that I had been following on YouTube and Instagram at that time. And so I basically wanted to do exactly what they had done for me. I wanted to create fitness guides. I wanted to create different fitness videos. And why didn't I? Let's start there. Well, I was afraid of being on camera. I still struggle with that sometimes. It's a lot easier to film just my face. I feel a lot more calm and a lot more at ease sitting on the ground filming just my face than I would if I was standing up doing lunges, for instance. And if you've been on my YouTube channel before, you know that I have done lunges and squats and other workout movements on camera just to like liberate that part of me, right? My age is 28 right now, so it's been 8 years since I first had that idea come to me, and I still want to liberate that energy for myself, you know? And from my point of view, it is so important that I've done this for myself. From my point of view, it's so important to show myself, yeah, I am listening, and I do know what you want, and I'm actually going to give you what you want, like to myself, you know, having my own self-talk. So since actually listening to myself and actually deciding to do what it is that I want to do, and hold up, I want to take a sip of this drink real quick. I'm gonna take a moment to do that. Balancing giving to others and giving to yourself. Balancing that. Am I gonna do what I want, knowing, you know, it might not be what another person wants? Am I gonna do what I want, knowing that someone else might be annoyed by what I'm doing? And if I choose to do what other people want me to do, that could still end up annoying someone. That could still end up being what someone doesn't want. So I might as well do what I want to do, right? This is what I'm teaching today. This is what I'm holding space for today. I planned on not directing your focus, but rather giving you a space where you are reminded of your ability to direct your focus. What is it that you want? What story are you living in? What do you want to experience? What's the dream that you have for your future? Are you witnessing a vision of your future self and telling yourself, yes, that's possible. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna take action. I have everything that I need around me to have this non-physical idea manifest into my physical world. What I'm seeing in my mind is a vision of a real physical reality that I can experience. Time just hasn't caught up yet. Or are you telling yourself something completely different than that? And if you're here and you're resonating what I'm speaking on and you're resonating with the message, I would really appreciate some YouTube donations today. I have my tarot cards with me. I have my Divine Abundance deck as well. This morning I picked 2 cards from the tarot and 1 card from this deck for myself, and I thought it'd be cute if I brought the same cards to you for me to pick for you. So if you do want a special message for yourself, that is how I express my gratitude to any super chats or new memberships that happened today. Like I said, I've got tarot cards from the Star Tarot. If you don't know what tarot is, I use tarot cards as a way to get like a little guidance or a little nudge or a little idea about what I'm experiencing in my life. I was very happy with the cards I pulled today. They definitely resonated, so that was really cool. You can let me know that you want one. by just sending that super chat here on YouTube. My next question about your dream. My next question about your goals. My next question about the vision you have of your future self is, are you open to this actually manifesting? If the focus you have regarding the person you are becoming is the message that you want to send to the world, is the person that you want to be, like if this is what you truly want, if this is what you truly desire, does anything about it scare you? For me, it would have been, people seeing my body on social media, people seeing me do workouts, people having the opportunity to say, hey, you're squatting incorrectly, hey, you're doing this incorrectly. I was so afraid of criticism. I didn't have a positive relationship with the opinions of others, the comments of others. It would really bring me down and it would really get under my skin. So now that you've noticed if there is any fear or isn't any fear related to your goals, dream, vision of the future, what do you do next? Ask the body, ask the mind, what do I do from here now that I'm sitting here with this focus on this future that I'd like to experience, which I need to kind of shift my focus because I'm focused on a dream that I wanted for myself that I did not manifest. And in this moment, I'm not really interested in manifesting it. So what am I manifesting? Okay, there it is. I know what I'm manifesting. I know what I want for my future self. You know what you're manifesting. You know what you want for your future self. You're a big dreamer. You have a vision of the future. You've got it in your mind. Hang out with it for a little bit. Hang out with it for a while. Hang out with it for the duration of this live. What I've noticed by directing my focus and giving my focus to dreams, desires, amounts of money, trips to different countries I want to visit, connecting with certain people, meeting certain people, having certain types of dates, having certain outfits, certain clothing that I want. What I've learned from directing my focus is that the more time I'm giving to a specific vision, the more time I'm giving to a specific picture, or it could even be words that describe what I want to experience, what I'm choosing to experience from the realm of possibility. Because from my point of view, I'm not creating these experiences. If what I'm focused on is a gorgeous Dolce & Gabbana pair of high heels and I'm ready to manifest those beautiful Dolce & Gabbana heels, I'm not creating those shoes. I'm not creating the moment of me purchasing those shoes. I'm choosing it. It's a potential in the quantum field. I believe and I think and I see, this is just my theory of my experience of human life, is that what's in my mind are potentials. And I can even direct my mind, right? If I'm noticing it doesn't really seem like maybe, I just watched a movie with dinosaurs in it last night. Maybe I've got some dinosaurs in my field of vision and I'm it doesn't really seem like this is a possibility that I even want to tune into. If I am going to be physically seeing a dinosaur, it's going to be at some kind of museum or a Jurassic Park movie theme park thing or something, that's how it could be possible, right? So, but it's not even something that I really want to manifest. So I actually either will use an eraser, like a whiteboard eraser, I'll literally project the idea onto a whiteboard eraser and erase it. And I have another method I use, but you should really just play with your own mind and see what works for you. But anyways, if I'm focusing on something that like isn't a possibility that I'm attracted to or turned on by or excited by or like in love with, because I want to live a life that I love, you know, like this is my dream, I'm going to direct my mind. I'm going to speak directly to my mind, either internally or externally, it doesn't matter. These are some words that I like to use. Hey, I'm interested in seeing possibilities that have me in love with life. My inner self knows me. So if I tell my mind like, hey, I want to see something that I think makes me really happy, I instantly get a picture. Like that's how my mind works. I don't know about your mind. I don't know how different it is from my experience with my mind, but I can literally just say, hey, I want to think about a really good meal that I love to eat. And here we go. I just saw spaghetti and meatballs and I saw cheesecake. We got some answers. There are some times where I'll even ask a question that is not like a fact, and I'll still get an answer from my mind. The mind likes to know things, the mind likes to answer. So anyways, like I was saying earlier about the Dolce & Gabbana shoes, focusing on experiencing a certain possibility, my belief about reality, this is just my personal belief, is that I'm sharing my personal belief with you because this personal belief, ever since I've had it, I've enjoyed my life more. So I don't know if it's gonna help you enjoy your life more. Hopefully it does. But if it doesn't, that just shows that we're different people having a different life, you know? Anyways, your life is up to you. Live the life that you want to live. Think how you want to think. I'm just expressing how I've been thinking. So I've been thinking that when I see with my imagination, when I see with my third eye, when I see with my vision, my non-physical vision, I'm seeing a possibility. I don't have to create reality. I get to choose to experience it. In this moment right now, the time is 8:08. I have a memory of a time that was around 3:45. 3:45, 8:08, different moments, different spaces, a different time. This, what's happening right now in my physical world, in my physical reality, the teacup, the camera, the lighting, this was a possibility that I have a mental vision of, as well as an emotional connection to. The moments of life that I'm experiencing, they can be random, they can be coincidence, they can be based on a pattern, based on a habit, or they can be visions that I had in another moment in time. In another moment in time, I was thinking about live streaming. I was thinking about the growth of my YouTube channel. I was thinking about the new book that I'm publishing soon. And the new book that I'm publishing soon is meant for people that dream. It's meant for people that have ideas of what they want to experience. It's meant for people that want to choose who they want to be in the world, and they have an idea of that, and they're not that person yet, but like they want to do everything they can to be that person. And so I'm thinking, okay, today I'm going to grow my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show up for my audience. Today I'm going to be clear about who my audience is. I'm going to clearly say, I'm speaking to a big dreamer right now. I'm speaking to a person with an amazing idea. I'm speaking to a person that has vision, ideas of multiple experiences of life that are their future. Like it's out there. It's in here. You're connected to it mentally, you're connected to it emotionally. Time is catching up to bring it to you physically. And I'll be honest, I said this to myself in the past before I was on camera. And the next thought after that Because I'm like a self-doubter in recovery. I'm like a person critical of myself in recovery, and I'm going to be honest about this journey, you know? I said to myself, well, what if I say I'm speaking to a big dreamer right now, and then like the number of people watching goes from like 15 to 5? What if that happens? And you know what that is? You know what that thought is? That thought is fear of rejection. That thought is fear that if I say exactly what I want, if I put out into the universe exactly what I want to be experiencing, talking to a group of people that want something for their life, that has them loving life, that, you know, maybe you love your life right now and you're ready to keep loving it more. Maybe you hate your life right now and you want to love it and you're like, let me actually like listen to what this person is saying, because it sounds like she used to hate her life and now she loves it and she just wants other people to have help on their personal journey of transformation. And if that's like the hunch you got about me, you're spot on correct. Like, I want to stay active in this story that I'm living, this story of being this person that literally went from daydreaming about her own end of life experiences to daydreaming about speaking to stadiums of people, daydreaming about signing books, daydreaming about talking on YouTube. Like, there are so many amazing things to daydream about in this lifetime. There are so many things to visualize and envision in this lifetime. And my life changed when Dr. Joe Dispenza, can I say Dr. Joe Dispenza came into my life? He's like a famous author. But that book, Becoming Supernatural, that he wrote, came into my life. And in that book, I was introduced to this idea. I was introduced to this idea that said, what's in your mind? What's in your heart? It's not just a meaningless experience that can never possibly happen. There was this idea that said, what's in your mind could be a preview of what you experience in your physical reality in a time and space different from this one. You could be this floating speck of universe with this focused energy, this, well, let's call it a focus. Floating speck of universe with directed focus, magical focus. I mean, you can really be whoever you want to be. You choose how you identify, you choose how you define yourself. But I can define myself. Grounded physical body with powerful focus. And the powerful focus is going where I'm planning on going. Why isn't this taught everywhere by everyone? It should be. Why isn't this taught in high school? Why isn't this taught in middle school? How to direct your focus in a way that gives you the life experiences that you want to have. Do I want to go get a job at Chipotle and start making burritos for people? No. Is that how I think I can serve society in the highest way? No. So that's why I'm not doing it. I don't work there. It's kind of random, but what else? Do I want to speak on camera and talk to people through the YouTube platform? Yes. Why do I think that that would help people? Because I think my voice is powerful. Because I think that, well, not I think, but I know that I've been a person who literally cried about what her day tomorrow was going to be. And that was a regular experience for me, to lay in bed feeling very sad, crying about what my day tomorrow would be. Anytime I focused on my mind, I had ideas of ways to end my experience. And I struggled with that for a really long time until I actually started to accept myself. I actually started to accept my mind. I actually started to accept that that's what I'm thinking about. And I was like, I'm thinking about, doing this specific thing to my body. Why am I thinking about that? I actually started to talk to my mind and build this relationship with myself, which I think people should be ideally building a relationship with themselves, starting from the age of 5 or 4. But I started to consciously build a relationship with myself around the age of, I don't know, 23, 24. But I started to talk to my own mind, and I started to, I'm thinking of one specific experience that happened. I think I was the age of 25. But yeah, I had really wanted to just end my time as myself. Like, I was done. And I was like, why? Why is that the thought? And this is personal, but I don't mind sharing that my thought back was like, I'm not doing anything that I want to do. I'm living my life for other people. I had met this person that I was spending a lot of time with, and this person wanted me to be their boyfriend or their girlfriend. This person wanted me to be their girlfriend. And this person had 2 kids, and they wanted me to meet their kids. And inside, I didn't want to meet the children yet. Like, I didn't really know. I had spent like only a couple weeks. It was a very fast, like, he wanted to move so fast. But anyways, it was like this whole thing. And then I started to realize my mind is trying to save me from experiences that I don't want to experience. My mind is very particular. My mind is very specific about what it wants. And I'm going to decide to remove myself from this situation. I ended the relationship, and I felt so much better. And I started to think, like, wow, like, I'm actually living with a mind that communicates with me. And my ability to be aware of what I see internally, what I see in the non-physical, what I'm hearing in my inner world. Like, what I'm hearing in my inner world right now is like, this is too personal, like, this is too much, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you know what? It's okay though. These are my people. This is my YouTube family. Like, it's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be good. And my inner self is like, yeah, it's gonna be good, but you don't have to share all the details of everything you experience. I'm like, yeah, that is true. I don't have to share all the details. I don't have to share anything really, but I want to share. So let me reconnect with myself. What do you want to share? I want to share that I'm fine, that I'm good. Like, I live a very blessed life. I live in like a 5-bedroom house. Like, I don't have, here I am with way too many details again. Let me check back in with my inner self. But I want to use books, journals that I create, that I design, as well as my own personal voice that I share with you on this YouTube live stream, to help people live lives that they truly love. So if you are a person that wants to love your life a little bit more or a lot more, or you already love your life a lot and you'd like to continue doing that, I think you're in the right place. I want to remind you that you make your own decisions, and everything that I share here can be filtered. You can filter what I share to be applicable to your experience. You can let the voice in my head influence the voice in your head a little bit if you want to. Or you can scroll past this and be like, I don't really care what this person is saying, bye. I think the point is that we start and continue to be incredibly true to our inner selves. Was I a bad person for ending my relationship with a dude that had his ex-partner file for divorce the day before he went on a first date with me and want to introduce his 2 kids to me within the first month of knowing me? No. And you know, that comes up with me personally. Like, personally, I struggle with rejection. Like, I've thought to myself that rejection is pain, so I don't want to reject other people. I don't want people to reject me, like that whole thing. But like, I'm really getting over that in this season of my life. I think that it is important to reject people. I think that it is important to I'm not saying reject every person you meet, but it's important, you know, if you're with someone and you've got like a funky feeling, or if you're thinking like, I don't think this person's meant to be here with me, I don't think I'm meant to be with this person, like, you gotta listen to it, you gotta acknowledge it. And do I recommend acting on every single thought and every single feeling you have? No. What I recommend from my personal experience is having space and time where no one is talking to you, you're not on your phone, the TV's not on, maybe music is playing, maybe no music is playing. What I recommend, sitting and listening to what's going on in your mind, sitting and listening to what's going on in your heart. If I listen to what's going on in my mind and my mind says, I want to go to McDonald's, does that mean that I get up and go to McDonald's right away? I don't know. Because I'm not you. That would be like a you decision. Listening to what's going on in your mind and taking physical, real action based on what's going on in your mind are 2 different things. Do I recommend taking physical, real action based on everything that happens in your mind, everything that happens in your heart? No. But I do recommend taking the time, if you can, if it's safe to do so, if you feel comfortable with yourself, if you want to feel more comfortable with yourself. Having that time with yourself. I like to do it with a journal, which is why I'm a journal designer, and I'm like bringing my passion for journaling to other people. There's a new book that has journaling in the book, and it's like ready. I'm just doing like some final finishing touches on it. And I'm like planning on, you know, having my whole YouTube page be very much about that for a couple weeks, you know, because I want to get that out to people. I want to give that journal to all the people that are meant to receive it, and it's going to be a lot. And so, yeah. You know what I just said? I said, take the time to be with yourself. Take the time to get to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, because it can really help you. It can really serve you. I don't know where I would be if I didn't, you know, really hear myself in those past experiences. Where would I be right now if I didn't notice how often I was dreaming about YouTube, myself on YouTube, and how I could acknowledge, you know, my mom told me I can't do that, but I'm still thinking about it. I still want to do it. I am an adult, like I'm over the age of 18. I still don't know why she said I can't exactly. It would be cool to find that out. I'm doing something I want to do. I'm doing something I feel like I'm kind of good at, you know? It's something relaxing. It's something that increases my income. It's something that makes me feel good about myself. It's something that has other people feel good about themselves. It's something that has had other people feel not so good about themselves too. You know, I think sometimes I see someone that looks so beautiful and I'll instantly feel bad about myself. And sometimes, and I know in the past, I've like purposely not tried too hard to put on a nice outfit or tried too hard to look so great, because I'm like, I don't want anyone to feel bad about themselves. You know, I don't have a desire to be the beautiful girl that has people, you know, I look so beautiful that it causes other people to feel not so good. Like, if I could pick one appearance that uniformly had all people feeling amazing, that would be a good appearance to pick, right? I should have incarnated as a golden retriever or a polar bear. I love polar bears. Anyways, this has been fun. This has been chill. I've been speaking and preaching and ranting and yapping for 36 minutes. We don't have any super chats yet. If you'd like to send a super chat tonight, in this moment, on this live stream, I will pick some tarot cards for you, and I will pick a Divine Abundance Oracle card for you, and I will read the messages, and I will let you know what comes to my mind and what comes to my heart when I focus on you and when I connect with you. That's one of my gifts that I like to share as a special thank you for joining Super Chats. You can also join my YouTube, that was a cattail. You can also join my YouTube membership to just automatically have your messages highlighted here and show up here, and have like the tarot cards picked whenever you want to, get those messages whenever you want to. You can find the membership options on my YouTube channel. But yeah, let's get back to you. What do you want to experience in your future? Are you dreaming of being on YouTube like I am? Are you dreaming of having your dream pet like I am? This cat is like better than a dream, of course. That's another interesting idea I have as well. That sometimes the dream is better than the reality, and sometimes the reality is better than the dream. In the case of the cat I'm petting right now, the reality is better than a dream. I dreamed of having a cat. This cat isn't even mine. She belongs to a person that I live with, but I get to experience her every day. I get to pet her every day. I get to hold her every day. Sometimes I'm the one that feeds her. Sometimes I'm the one that cleans up her puke. And it's better than a dream, it really is. I think the dream of my YouTube channel, I mean, I don't think it will be like this forever, hopefully not, but in this moment right now, the dream of my YouTube channel is a bit better than what it actually is. Only because like in my dream, I was just this like super hot fitness influencer, and I was like teaching everybody how to work out, and I don't think I'm actually gonna do that, but it was cool. It was a really cool dream. But now the dream is changing because I've been designing journals and writing books, and that's totally different than fitness. But I mean, if I ever feel inspired to share some fitness, I will. But the fitness influencer thing was really cool. I'd love to know about some of your dreams, some of your ideas, some of your visions for your future self. If you'd like to share them in the YouTube comment section, in the community section. If no one tells me their dreams or visions or ideas, I might just create a post at some point and be like, what are your dreams for your future self? What do you want to experience as your future self? I don't recommend considering or focusing on your future self in every single moment of your life. Whenever I find myself with too much focus on my future self, I feel pretty unfulfilled and out of balance. You know, I have a present self too. I have gratitude for this current moment that I think when I visit my space of gratitude, it actually gives me even more energy and even more perspective for future self selection. Some people might say future self creation, but I've been noticing with my experiences of human life on Earth, it's like a human self selection, because I'm in this field of pure potential and I'm searching through all the potentials to see which one is my favorite one, and then I put my focus there. And when I put my focus there, I'm getting some energy from the other side of the screen that's like, is this lady high right now? I am sober. I live a sober lifestyle. But yeah. Oh, yes. I focus on the potentials for myself, for my community, for my family. I don't personally like to manifest for other people. I don't like to think of what other people are experiencing unless I specifically know what that person wants. Then I'll focus on it for them. But if I have a friend named Joe and I think that Joe would make a great bartender, I'm not just gonna start visualizing Joe bartending because I don't wanna put that energy towards him. Like, I don't know for 100% sure how much that could affect a person, but I think it does have some effect, the type of energy that we send each other. So, creating or choosing a future for yourself in a good way is a selfish thing to do. You could also say it has a selfless side, because if you select a future reality for yourself, if you select an experience that you desire for yourself, and that desire is the desire that has you most in love with life, isn't that gonna have you being a great brother, sister, friend, family member? Like, isn't you enjoying your life and loving your life benefiting other people also? It's kind of like there's a loophole to the selfishness of choosing your future and deciding what you want to experience. I know that the people that are in my life like to see me safe, they like to see me abundant. They like to know that I can take care of myself. They like to know I'm making a nice living for myself. Is it selfish to do those things? Not totally, because you're also, the dream of you being successful could be the dream of someone else wanting you to have that, so you're not just doing it for yourself. I don't think anyone is. I think we're all connected. When you decide, I'm going to enjoy this moment, you give yourself an enjoyable moment. And when you decide in this next new moment, I'm gonna enjoy this moment too. I'm gonna make sure my body's comfortable. I'm gonna make sure I'm hydrated. I'm gonna make sure I have a good meal. I'm gonna make sure I'm well rested. If I need to close my eyes because I've been staring at the screen too much, I'm gonna do that. Like, if you can take care of yourself in this moment and the next moment and the next, you have chosen to live an entire life taking care of yourself. You're going to be able to take care of others better if you're taking care of yourself. And if that enjoyment is there in this moment and the next moment and the next, out of all the possibilities, out of all the things you can watch, out of all the things you can listen to, you're choosing to listen to something that you really enjoy. You're choosing to be in a moment that you really enjoy that moment. Especially with the phone too, because like the phone can go into, like, you're in my mind right now, you're in my space, you're with my heart, like, but you could go be with like anyone's thoughts about life. I mean, not anyone, because not everybody's on social media, but like, there's so many different people you can listen to, so many different songs you could listen to. Don't get overwhelmed by this. Feel the abundance of it. When I say abundance in this moment, in this talk, I'm not speaking about finances. I'm not speaking about your bank account. I'm speaking about whatever device you're on right now. you can learn so many different things. What are you interested in? What do you want to experience? Watching other people doing what you want to be doing will give you dopamine. It will make you feel like you're living a life that you really love. It'll make you feel like you're living the life of your dreams, but it's really important to ask yourself, like, while I'm watching this fitness person do a workout, do I actually want to be at the gym? Am I watching this because I'm learning something? Am I watching this because it has me feeling, a feeling that I want to feel? Or am I watching this because I want to be doing what the person I'm watching is doing? If you're ever watching something and you want to be doing what the person you're watching is doing, you should literally stop watching that person in that moment and just do what you want to do. And if I see people leave the stream, I hope they're going to go record themselves and say what's on their mind, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just flowing. Having the freedom to say whatever I want to say. Having the freedom to go wherever I want to go. Having that freedom is important to me. So I continue to show up, right? That was kind of ironic because I'm like, I continue to show up, and then I step away from the camera. The cat wanted to leave the room. But yeah, it's my time to go soon. I feel like I'm starting to run out of stuff to say. It was really, really flowing, and now I'm like, okay, I have said what needed to be said. Let's summarize. I used to be a girl that very, very badly, very, very genuinely, very, very intensely was very, very eager to have a YouTube channel. And one of my biggest roadblocks was having my mom tell me that I can't. And even though I was 20 years of age, I still listened to her and I truly valued her opinion. So if my mom told me I can't do something, and I was already telling myself I can't, let's be real. I was looking at the clothes in my closet like, I can't be seen on camera in any of these clothes. I don't have the right clothes. I was looking at my own face saying, yeah, and my face isn't right either. Like, all the self-hate. And like, that to me is an interesting part of that desire, because life, my mind, my heart gave me a dream, gave me a goal, gave me a vision that showed me how much I didn't like myself and how insecure I was about my own self. Thinking that if I show a video of myself working out in a gym, that what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna have comments telling me I'm doing it wrong, telling me my body is ugly, telling me my hair is ugly, telling me my face is ugly. Like, that's all that I could see. So of course I'm not gonna be on YouTube. Of course I'm not gonna make a video. And let me tell you, I have filmed videos in the gym. I have filmed videos of different workout exercises, and I have edited those videos, and I have posted those videos, and I didn't receive one critical comment about my body. Earlier in this talk, I said that my mind is viewing possibilities. The mind, for me, my mind, has not in my past been a 100% future predictor, accurate fortune teller for what is to come in my future. In my mind, I saw critical comments. I saw people, saying my body is ugly and my face is ugly. Like, I saw all of this happening. And did it happen when I actually physically, in my real life, in my physical world, shared the video? No. I don't even remember specifics about the comments, but I remember one comment saying, thank you so much for posting this. Like, I really need to go to the gym and you inspired me to go to the gym. Like, simple, easy, and me wanting to build a community where I'm inspiring people to take care of their bodies, and like, check, goal achieved. So in some moments of my life, I've had a mind that is incredibly scared. I've had a mind that is incredibly confused. I've had a mind that has felt like I'm incapable of ever doing anything I want to do, so I might as well just give up. But was that the truth of the realities that I've experienced on this planet? No. So as you're building a relationship with your mind, as you're being a human being with a human brain, create space between listening to yourself, listening to your mind, and acting in your world. Create that space. When it came to the thoughts I had of being on YouTube, being a YouTuber, having a YouTube channel, I created a lot of space. I created 3 years of space. The first time I ever dreamt of myself having a YouTube channel happened 3 years before I actually made the YouTube channel. I actually know someone personally that has wanted to be a YouTuber for years. This person I know, they've wanted to make YouTube videos as well. And they're not doing it yet. For some reason, maybe for a lot of people, YouTube just happens to be this thing that we think about a lot and it feels big. You know, it's video, it's audio, people are gonna see you, people are gonna hear you, and it's anyone who has access to the internet can access your voice and your face and your hair. But it's a video, you know? There's that distance, there's that space still. It can be a lot, I think. I've gotten used to it. Posted my first ever YouTube video in the year 2020. The year's 2025 right now. It's been 5 years. I'm celebrating today because I'm about, I don't know when I'm supposed to, well, I'll just say I'm celebrating some income from YouTube that, you know, I always say that I've been working on my YouTube channel for 8 years because I count the 3 years of me thinking about videos and like, you know, working on myself so that I'm not so insecure and self-hating, so that I can actually have the confidence to like be on camera. I count it as like 8 years. And also, like, if I never would have wanted to be on YouTube so bad, I think I would go on like really not liking myself. Like, if you want to like yourself, if you want to enjoy yourself, you can alter your inner perception to see yourself with a much more loving eye. You can, and I'm telling you, you can, because I did. I used to literally look at myself in the mirror and be aware of a multitude of critical thoughts. And that multitude of critical thoughts is what got me into self-help. That's what got me into reading books about the mind and about self-help. I was literally like, why do I look in the mirror and then have a bunch of thoughts about how horrible I am and how disgusting I am, and like, it's literally like a ton of self-hatred. Like, why is that going on? I had already been to therapy, so books were the next choice. Books helped me. Hardwiring Happiness by Dr. Rick Hanson is the first book I read with the intention of like, I need to change my life and I need to figure out what the heck's going on with my brain. Hardwiring Happiness by Dr. Rick Hanson. I learned that I can create a neural pathway. What is a neural pathway? It's basically like this like feedback in your brain. So it's like when I see this cup, I do like feel happiness. That's probably a neural pathway. It's like a wire in my brain that's like, when you do this, you do that. So it's like somewhere along the line, I had a bunch of neural pathways that said, when I look at myself, I hate myself. When I look at myself, I hate myself. It's something that I must have practiced and picked up on probably when I was bullied in elementary school and middle school. Started to think I was a problem, starting to think my existence wasn't good. It's like a whole web of lies and illusion up there, you know, a whole web of it. So I learned in this book, you can create a new neural pathway in 45 seconds. You find yourself in a moment. This is how. You find yourself in a moment you're enjoying. Let's use, for example, a moment of watching a live stream where you really like the voice, you really like the message, like you really like the live stream. Maybe you're alone in a room and you're just like at peace because you're just watching something that you really like to watch. You bring yourself into that moment, you focus on nothing else, and you consciously narrate what's happening. For 45 seconds, we can do it right now. I'm watching a live stream. I'm watching a live stream, and I feel at peace. I'm listening to a really cool voice. I'm listening to someone that cares about me. Like, I'm listening to someone that wants good things for me. I'm listening to someone that wants me to love myself a little bit more. I'm listening to someone that wants me to be able to look in the mirror and be like, that's a cutie. I hope she succeeds. Was that 45 seconds yet? I don't know, I should have looked at the time, but that's what you do. And guys, literally in I don't know, maybe it was 2 weeks. I wasn't keeping track of time, but time went on and I was like, I feel so much happier after using that method from that book. And I can still vividly remember I was standing outside. I was in my parents' backyard and I was just standing there in the grass and this butterfly flew by me and guys, I could see the butterfly. I was so in that moment, so focused on what's going on that the way that the wings are so intricate and it's like a little bug, but it's flying around and it's going so fast, but at the same time I can kind of slow down time and see all the details. For the first time ever, I'm feeling how amazing my human body is and how awesome it can be to be aware of my brain. I'm not hating myself in this moment. I'm in tune with the experience that I'm having with my physical body, and I like it. I think that matters. You liking your experience of your physical body. Because your physical body is here for you first. It's here for you first. It's your safety first, your comfort first. If you want to put the comfort and safety of others before yourself, that's a personal choice. It's up to you. But what I think is that you get to accomplish what you dream of. You get to go for what you visualize for your future self. Maybe you use the neurological rewiring tool that I just gave you. Every time you think about your dream, every time you think about your vision of your future self, you tell yourself, that really is my future self, that really is possible. I really am making that amount of money. I am making more than $5,000 every single month. If that's your dream, whatever your dream is for your income, you're talking about it to yourself. You're telling yourself, yes, I believe that's possible. Yes, I believe that's coming. You know, when I met someone at one point in my journey, and this person believed in me as a YouTuber, this person believed I would make great YouTube videos, and this person was excited about my desire to make YouTube videos, I became so consistent. I really started going after it. I got to a point where I could make money on YouTube. Sometimes we really just need one person to believe in ourselves. Sometimes we really just need one person to believe in our visions. Can that person just be you right now? I worked really hard on changing my mind so that I could see light in myself. I worked really hard on changing my mind so that I could see potential to live a life that I am excited about, that I dream of. Unfortunately, my parents had very specific dreams and desires that they wanted for me that I did not agree with, that I didn't want. So to become someone that dreams for herself really did save my life and really did bring me to this moment where I'm talking to you. My parents didn't want me to do this. My parents didn't want me to have a life where I make YouTube videos. They always told me when I grow up that they'll be happy with me no matter what I do, and that wasn't true. That was a lie. Do I want to be a girl that's experiencing depression and anxiety, but her mom and dad are having their dreams for their daughter satisfied? Or do I want to be at peace with myself, at peace in my body because I'm doing what I want to do, but with a mom that's kind of annoyed about what I'm doing? And a dad that, you know, eventually says, oh, you know what, I am proud of you. It really is cool that you can do that. I think you should keep going. That's real life. That's really my mom and dad. Technically, my mom never said that she was annoyed with what I'm doing, but I feel like she is. And I think it's because I'm not abandoning myself to make money in this world. I'm not doing stuff that I don't want to do, that I think is like, okay, YouTube is difficult. Growing on YouTube is difficult. Being consistent on YouTube is difficult. But showing up to sell medical products would be like 100 times more difficult. I won't do stuff that I don't believe in. And if you're anything like me, you won't do stuff that you don't believe in. I think you should find stuff that you really believe in. I think you should find actions that you really love. Like, I love saying what comes to my mind, feeling what's coming to my heart. I love being present with my body and expressing. And I can do that. And I can get paid to do that. It really is up to you, though. It's up to you, you know, watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, sending a super chat. And in the world of, I don't know, owning a restaurant, it's up to the people in the community if that restaurant still exists. Are they going to eat there? How much money are they going to spend? How much money are they going to tip? Like, that affects the restaurant's ability to stay alive and to exist. The last time I ever quit a job was August of 2022. And it is August of 2025. So for 3 years so far, I've been able to be a full-time creator. Am I making the money that I want to be making? No. Because I want to be making like over $100,000 every year at minimum, like minimum $100,000 a year, and like just grow from there. I want like excess amounts of money. I don't know if you can call me greedy, because it's like I just want to be able to give when I want to give. Like, there's people I want to help, there's things I want to do, there's nice shoes to buy too. Like, there's things to do with money that I would like to do, that I will do in this lifetime. And I'm like determined to do it as a full-time creator, which is really exciting to me. And I think that matters. I think that matters, that I'm excited about what I'm doing. choose to live the life that I'm feeling excited about. I choose to live the life that I'm at peace with. I choose to look at this camera and be like, hey world, I'm on YouTube. And I used to think I couldn't do it. I used to think that this is super scary. I used to think that this sucks. I used to think that this would be a bad thing to do. Can you tell me that I'm wrong? Like, this is such a good thing. Following my heart. I'm good on the inside. I'm good on the outside. And believing, knowing, trusting that I am good, that my heart is good, that I'm doing good things in the world doesn't mean that no one's ever gonna tell me that like I'm bad or my content is bad or I look ugly or things just aren't right. There's something not right about that person. Like, it doesn't mean that that's not gonna happen. But what it does mean is that when someone says that to me, I can ask myself, why do I think this person is saying this to me? I can try to reason with that person, but I think a person that only knows me from watching a few videos and wants to tell me something like that, I just have to know myself. And if I think I'm good, and the people that know me personally and are around me all the time also think that I'm a good person, and if I'm making their life amazing compared to what it would be if I wasn't around, then that's good. It's good to be a loving presence to the people in your life. But if being a loving presence to the people in your life means being a hateful, miserable presence to yourself, it is not worth it. Start with you. Be a loving presence to yourself. Be aware of the visions of the future that you have. And talk to your visions. Why do I want that? Why do I want that big, giant YouTube audience? Because I want to feel important. What's stopping you from feeling important right now? If you can't feel important while you're talking to 8 people, you're not going to feel important while you're talking to 800,000 people. Sometimes the things that you want so badly, if you go a little bit deeper, you could have that thing right now, like I just did with that big giant audience dream. Yeah, 800,000 people. Why do I want that? Because I want to feel important. Well, can I feel important right now? And then I start to notice and I start to feel like, I start to generate that energy, that dream, that what I'm saying really is impacting someone's life in a positive way. And like I really am alive to be the ripple of inspiration and helping people on earth to truly love and enjoy their lives. Like it really is happening. How's that dream of speaking to 800,000 people looking? Not as appealing as it used to be. Why would I dream of a different future when my moment right here is pretty great? So in this moment, I ask you, instead of focusing on a future that excites you, a future that you love to be alive with, I ask you to focus on this one moment. What do I love about this moment? What else do I love about this moment? What is it about this moment that brings me joy? My live stream is officially over. I'll be pressing the end button in a few moments. I truly enjoyed this time speaking to you. If you've had any incredibly positive experiences or realizations come to you from this live stream, please send it to me in my comment section. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know how you're doing, what you're dreaming of, what your ideas are. Tell me. Would love to know. And I look forward to sharing moments with the biggest dreamers on this planet, us gathering together to know that we're loving a moment that we're having right now, and that frequency continues and it grows, and we live a life that we truly love, leaving our bodies at the end of the journey whenever our time comes, knowing that we have no regrets because we lived everything and we loved what we were living. We were true to ourselves. We listened to our minds and our hearts, and we did what we wanted to do. May you learn lessons that are truly meaningful to you, and may you share them wherever you feel inspired to. I'm sending you all my love. Thank you for being an incredibly integral and important part of my YouTube journey, making sure my channel still grows. And if you ever feel inclined to send a monetary donation, I have the YouTube Super Chat feature. You can send a YouTube Super Chat, or I also have Cash App and Venmo, AriStar333, if you'd like to make a donation to the channel, or if you felt like this was like a personal coaching session worth like $100, send $100, why not? I look forward to next time we get to connect. My usual time for live streaming is sometime around 7:30 Eastern time, 6:30 Eastern time. Sometimes it varies. Today I started the live stream, I think it was 7:45 Eastern time. So I'm not punctual with these streams, and I need to self-reflect to figure out why. I guess I just don't want it to feel like an obligation. I don't want it to feel like work. I don't want it to feel like something I have to do. I want it to feel like something I'm thrilled to do, inspired to do. So I just like show up at like the most convenient time, which is usually that's 7 p.m. Eastern time, but sometimes it's like 12 p.m. noon or earlier or later. This one's officially over though. I'm gonna go fly to another experience. I loved this one. Bye.